Welcome to week 4 of how to fucking lose fat. So, where we left off, we were trying to do 2 24-hour day fasts, 2 24-hour fasts a week, followed by 16 and 8s the rest of the week. Now, this next protocols I'm going to give you are for when that doesn't quite work anymore. So keep doing that if it's working, alright? If you're doing that and you got 75 grams of carbs, you're good to go. Keep doing that until you hit a plateau. And by plateau, I mean 2 or 3 weeks where your weight just isn't budging. Now we're starting to get into some more advanced fasting protocols, some more techniques that I've used throughout my weight loss to kind of change things up, to move the needle when I thought it wasn't moving quite enough. When I had to start getting aggressive, my last 10 pounds of weight loss and my current weight loss predicament, these are things that I've tried that have worked and nudged me from the 40-pound weight loss to the 50-pound mark, and this is what I would do if I had to do it again, and probably will do some of these again. I'm just cycle through trying different things for self-experimentation right now. Right now I'm going to be testing Carb Night along with Ketogenics during the week to see what the hell that does to me. But this is what I'm recommending if you stall seriously on your weight loss. Basically, what we're going to do for this next protocol is we're going to lower your carbs to 50 grams of carbs per day, max. So any given day, whether it's a fast day or a feast day, it's going to be 50 grams of carbs. And the first fasting technique that I want to introduce you to is alternate day diet style, but with a little bit of a twist. Now, the original alternate fucking day diet is one day is fast day. Anytime during the day you can have a 500 to 600 calorie meal. And then the next day, that's all you have is that one meal. And then the next day after you wake up, you can have a normal day of eating. I modified this heavily over the time. If you look at some of my fucking past videos, you'll see that I did a ketogenic version where not only was the 600 calories on my fast days all I had, or sometimes 800 depending, it was ketogenic, low carb, no carbs if I could get away with it on that day. So, and it worked. It kept the needle moving when I did it. So basically, it's ADF. Monday, eat normal. Tuesday, 600 calories once during the day. Wednesday, eat normal. Thursday, 600 calories during the day. Friday, eat normal. Saturday, and you get the point. And you just keep doing that. Indefinitely. Supposedly, you could do it forever. I don't know about that because certain situations might call for you to switch days. And it's random whether or not it's going to fall on a Friday or a Saturday, your fast or your feast day. You get to eat every day, obviously, doing this. It's just that one day you're pretty restricted, and the other day you kind of can do what you want. Supposedly it works. This is an actual scientific research study that's ongoing, and it does work. From personal experience, it works. But I, of course, wanted to tweak it to take full advantage of the hormonal aspects of weight loss. So what I'm recommending for the next protocol, once you've wore off the other protocols that we've done so far, is 50 grams of carbs per day. This will put you in a keto adaptive state. In other words, you might feel like shit for the first 4 to 6 weeks of doing this. But once you adapt, you will see very quickly that your hunger disappears, your cravings disappear, your energy level becomes constant, you do not retain shit tons of water weight. So regardless of your feast or famine day, you're still only having 50 grams of carbs. So keep that in mind. I would even go so far, if I were to experiment with this a little, I never tried this myself. If you have no carbs on your fast day, I would take the 50 from that day and add it to the next day, putting you at 100, and see how that goes. I haven't tested that, but that's an idea that I might test in the future. Because our bodies aren't on a 24-hour schedule when it comes to this shit. So, yes, this will keto adapt you if you follow this protocol. And go from there. So, the way this is going to look. Okay, you start out with a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour eating window on. This will be like Monday. Okay, do your normal 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating window, no more than 50 grams of carbs for the day. Eat what you want otherwise. Then, after your last meal on Monday, we go to Tuesday. Then you do a 23-hour fast. You can have a 500 to 800 calorie keto meal. That's 50 grams of carbs. You can have as much saturated fat as you want. You can have as much, protein, keep it under 1 gram per pound of body weight. But that's basically the breakdown. And then after the last meal after that 500 to 800 calorie meal, go ahead and do another 16-hour fast. Rinse and repeat. 8 hours of eating, however you want, minus the carbs, of course, 50 grams of carbs per day, so on and so forth. This is a weight loss protocol. You will lose weight, you will become keto adapted, and then you can get into other experimental things with carbs. But I recommend doing this as long as you're trying to lose weight until you plateau again. Because chances are you're going to plateau again where your set point is. And that's when it gets a little trickier. But this works, people. This definitely works. So I would recommend it. Doesn't work for me as well anymore, because I'm at my set point. I'm trying to figure out how to fuck with my set point. I'm experimenting with carb ups and resetting hormones and all that other shit right now. But overall, your first 50 to 100, depending on how obese you were to begin with, this will take you the 3/4 of the way to your goal. If your goal is to be, skinny as fuck. If you want to just get down to a healthier weight, or say where I'm at, where I am overweight still, but not obese anymore, then you can get there with this. You can get from obese to overweight. You might not be able to get from obese to skinny, because at some point you're going to hit your set point, and that's where you're going to need to figure out what to do. And I'm still working on that, on what to do to lower my set point. Because I keep going down to the fucking 180s, and then my body's like, I don't give a shit how many carbs you eat. We're going right back to 193. So, now granted, I could probably cut carbs out completely and maybe hover around 190, 191. So, but no. I'm going to have my occasional carb ups just to feel normal at parties, if nothing else. Even though I feel like shit when I do them, definitely. And of course, I'm testing out carb night once a week now, so we'll see how that goes. If I start gaining weight, then that tells me that carb night's a big pile of shit. But we'll see. So that is what I'm recommending for week 4. Now you really gotta think about what your goals are. Are you trying to be really thin? Do you care about loose skin? You're going to have a lot of loose skin if you were really obese. So you got to keep that in mind. Or do you want to be fit and buff and muscular like a bodybuilder? How old are you? If you're 50 or 60 years old doing this, chances are very slim that you're going to become a bodybuilder from being obese. So I wouldn't even shoot for that if I were you. I would just shoot to get to a healthier weight and a healthier lifestyle, and integrate fasting into your lifestyle to help promote, and prolong your life while not sacrificing too much quality of life. I just lost video because my battery died, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, audio only at this point, that I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. So this is my recommendations right here. Follow them. Here's a little article in the Chicago Tribune. You can Google alternate day diet. You can do it their way if you want, but I, prefer my way. These are the two options that I'm presenting this week. I will present more fasting protocols as things go on. But I want to see, can you keto adapt? I've done the ketogenic challenge myself, to where I keto adapted 6 weeks nonstop of keto. And I looked forward to my carb day at the end of that, but when I did it, it felt like a big bag of shit. So, and we've discovered that is just the body's natural response when you become more carb intolerant when you do a ketogenic diet for a long time, and you will gain weight very quickly if you eat a lot of carbs. You will feel like crap. You will be exhausted very quickly. They'll be pleasurable, but you'll feel high also. They'll be high and pleasurable when you do consume them. So this is just things to keep in mind as you try to keto adapt. If you don't want to go this far, you don't have to, okay? You can stick with what we've been doing until that doesn't work anymore. Exercise levels are also important. If you're exercising a lot and you drop down to this 50 grams of carbs per day, in the beginning you're going to take a performance hit for a little while. But as things go on, you'll actually gain endurance. You won't have as much explosive energy, but you'll gain endurance. But the goal here isn't to gain endurance and train for a marathon. Our goal is to lose fat. That's why you're here. I'm not here to tell you how to get fit. That's a whole other fucking, that involves a lot of exercise, eating the right types of things. I'm telling you how to get rid of fat. That's what how to lose fat and keep it off is about. Not about how to get fit. There's a difference. I'm trying to show you what you need to do to burn fat. Getting fit involves building muscle and building endurance, which is a whole lot of time in the gym. I personally don't have that kind of time. But once again, remember, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Have a nice fucking day.